Out of sight, out of mind. Or at least that's what we tell ourselves, especially when it comes to the leftover food on our plate. Once it sits at the bottom of a garbage bag, it disappears from our thoughts, and whatever happens to it could be anyone's guess. In just 1 year, Americans alone waste 70 billion pounds of food. Even more startling is the fact that at least 2 billion pounds of the wasted food could have been given to individuals struggling with hunger each and every day. This is not a new topic of conversation, yet despite the fact that we are very much aware of the issue at hand, food waste is still a huge dilemma at large. Globally speaking, 1.3 billion tons, about a third of food produced for human consumption, is wasted annually. If we try to narrow this down a little further, that would mean around 95 to 115 kilograms of food is wasted per capita in Europe and North America alone, and 6 to 11 kilograms a year in areas such as South and Southeastern Asia or Sub-Saharan Africa. So what is food wastage? It encompasses two common concepts. Food waste, in its simplest terms, is when we throw out what we cannot finish at the end of a meal. Food loss is described as food that is lost during harvest or that is discarded or uneaten during any stage of food processing, such as production, retailing, or consumption. But the definition of food waste goes beyond throwing out a day-old lasagna or scraping the last bit of mashed potato off your plate because of a full stomach. Food waste significantly impacts our world on both socioeconomic and environmental levels. Financially, we are putting much more energy and labor into the food industry than is necessary when considering the fact that much of the food produced is consistently being wasted. The impact of overproducing food also leaves a mark on the environment. With so much food being produced, there is an overabundance of pesticides and fertilizers that negatively affect ecosystems. In the end, much of these resources used in agriculture are not necessary because not all of the products are being used. There are other environmental issues that are being furthered by food waste. Much of the food that is wasted ends up in trash cans. From there, the garbage is taken to landfills where methane is produced from the decomposing materials. Because methane is a far more dangerous greenhouse gas than CO2, its contribution to global warming is substantial. Wasted food is in part a result of our own willingness to throw out something just because it looks unappetizing. An example, a ripe banana. But it is also caused by poor communication in the supply chain. No matter how hard we try, food will be wasted during harvest, post-harvest, and even in storage. However, the more it is wasted at the consumer end of the cycle, the more detrimental the environmental consequences. In this segment, we asked UIUC students about their dining hall habits.
Okay, so what dining hall do you mostly eat at?
I mostly eat at Newman Dining Hall. I eat here every day. So.
How many meals a day do you think?
I usually eat here about 2 times a day, so I usually don't eat breakfast here.
And when you get lunch and dinner, how many plates of food do you think you make for yourself?
I usually have like a normal entree and then either like a side, so like soup or a small salad.
And of that food, how much do you think you probably throw away?
I actually, at first, I would throw away a lot of it because I would overestimate how much I would eat. So now I'm getting a lot better in terms of like knowing what I eat and what I throw, or like what I would throw away. So for like the first semester freshman that I would have all of these piles of food and I would probably throw away at least like half the plate, but now I'm getting a little bit better where it's just maybe like 1/8 of the plate.
So, where do you guys normally eat?
Newman Hall.
Newman Hall, yeah. How many meals a day?
3.
2 for me. And when you guys eat here, how much do you fill your plates? Do you use 1 plate, multiple plates?
Multiple plates.
And then after you're done with that plate, how much do you think is still left of food on the plate?
Usually nothing.
Probably a lot for me. How many millions or billions of pounds do you think we waste as a nation every year?
I know we waste a lot of food. I would probably say maybe 50 million pounds of food. Yeah.
Well, we actually waste 70 billion pounds of food.
Oh my gosh, that's really embarrassing. Okay, awesome.
How many pounds of food do you think gets wasted in the United States every year?
Millions, I have no idea. Probably a lot.
Yeah. Maybe like how many people are in the United States?
300 million.
So
It's probably more than that, actually. Billions.
billions of pounds, like 2 billion pounds.
It's actually 70 billion pounds. So now hearing that, do you think that you maybe want to reduce your food waste a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to eat all of this right now.
Know of any like ways that dining halls in France waste less food?
I'm thinking about my school. Maybe we waste less. The price is also very expensive, so that explains things. We don't pay to enjoy to get some food. We pay to the amount of food we take.
Okay, so like
that makes a difference. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say probably how you set up your dining hall. So right now this is a buffet style dining hall. Maybe if you did something to where if the servers served you, so if you had like a line of people behind the food giving you the food, maybe that would lower the amount of food that you receive, and so that would also make you get back in the line if you wanted more, or it also make you like go sit down, eat it, and then reevaluate if you want more or not.
I guess people should be more picky about how much they eat and what they're going to eat.
Now that we have heard from students, here's what the university is doing to combat this problem. By removing trays from dining halls, this decreases the amount of food students are taking and wasting. We have also donated much of the leftover food to the Meals on Wheels program to feed the homeless community. The next time you go to a dining hall because it's Taco Tuesday or Brinner, be aware of how much food you take. Think about where the leftover food would go and its impact on our community and our world. Maybe next time we won't have to say, "What a waste."